Most people spend months planning a trip to Florida, but for us, paradise is just a Saturday morning decision. We've all seen the generic travel lists, but living here means you look for something a little different. You aren't just looking for a beach, you're looking for a vibe that matches your weekend mood. Are you looking for the old Florida silence of the Panhandle or the high energy crystal water luxury of the Gulf? Today, we're looking at the top 10 beach towns. Give me a few minutes of your time and I'll show you parts of Florida you've never seen. We're talking about the texture of the sand, the personality of the surf, and most importantly, where the locals actually eat once the tourists have gone back to their hotels. Starting at the very top of the map, Fernandina Beach on Amelia Island feels like a totally different state entirely. The sand here is different. It's more golden isle than tropical white. It's firm, packed, and wide, which is why it's one of the few places in Florida where you can actually ride horses on the beach. The surf is more rugged, Atlantic-style energy, with rolling brown sugar waves that feel wild and untamed. This is for the Floridian who wants moss-draped oaks and Victorian history rather than the neon signs. It's for the couple looking for a sophisticated, quiet weekend where the pace is set by the tide. When you get hungry, skip the downtown tourist traps and head to the sandbar Amelia Island. It's located right on Main Beach. It looks like a standard beach bar, but locals know it for having one of the largest whiskey collections in Florida and wood-fired pizzas that you can eat with your toes literally in the sand. Moving down the coast, New Smyrna Beach is the town for the local who just wants to throw a cooler in the back of the truck and go. The sand is famous for being drivable, but it's also the surf capital of Florida. The waves here are consistent, punchy, and lively. It's not a place for a quiet, glassy swim. It's a place for action. This is for the adventurer, the surfer, and the families who want to tailgate on the sand. If you want a surf shack energy where no one cares if your truck is covered in salt, this is your spot. You have to go to Breakers. It's a literal shack perched on the edge of the dunes. Locals don't come here for fine dining. They come for the Breaker Burger and a window view that's so close to the ocean you can feel the spray. It's been a staple for decades because it refuses to change, and we love it for that. Further south, Delray is the perfect urban shore. The sand is clean and well maintained, and the water has that Atlantic clarity that turns deep blue as you go out. The surf is moderate, perfect for a morning body surf, but calm enough for a long swim. This is for the no-car staycationer. If you want to walk from a high-end boutique to a beach chair in 5 minutes, Delray is it. It's for the person who wants a city vibe, but with an ocean breeze. While the crowds fight for a table on Atlantic Avenue, the locals head up to 50 Ocean. It's tucked away on the second floor above Boston's. Most tourists walk right past the entrance. But once you're up there, you'll get a panoramic floor-to-ceiling view of the Atlantic that is far more peaceful than the street-level chaos. Heading to the Panhandle, St. George Island is unplugged Florida. The sand is squeaky white and incredibly fine. And because there are no high-rises, the dunes are massive and natural. The water in the Apalachicola Bay is glassy and still, while the Gulf side offers gentle, rhythmic waves. This is for the Floridian who thinks the state is getting a little too crowded. It's for the family who wants to catch their own dinner and spend the night stargazing in one of the few truly dark sky areas left on the coast. You're heading to Patty's Raw Bar. It's an open-air spot with a Your Local sign for a reason. They serve Apalachicola oysters that were probably in the water just a few hours ago. It's got dirt floors, cold beer, and live music, the absolute soul of the Panhandle. Now, everyone flocks to Destin, but Fort Walton Beach on Okaloosa Island has its own identity that goes beyond comparison. Yes, the sand is the same pulverized quartz flour, and the water glows that same surreal emerald green, but the town itself has a grittier, more authentic energy. It's a working military community with deep roots, thriving art scene, and a genuine sense of place that Destin has slowly traded away for vacation rentals and outlet malls. The surf is calm and shallow, making it a perfect spot for families with small kids. This is for the value-conscious local who wants a $5 million view without the $50 parking fee, but also for anyone who wants a Gulf Coast town with a real personality. Check out the Gulf. It's built entirely out of reclaimed shipping containers. It's outdoor only with a massive lawn, a vinyl record player spinning chill tracks, and a menu that changes daily. It's the coolest, most untouristy spot in the Panhandle. Hey, we're halfway through. We've covered the Atlantic side, the Forgotten Coast, and parts of the Panhandle. We're going to cover the Gulf Islands and West Shore. The sand, the vibe, and honestly, the lifestyle changed completely. But before we do, I want to take 10 seconds to say, if any of these towns have you thinking, wait, I could actually live there, hey, that's exactly what we do. My team helps Floridians and newcomers find their place in this state every single day. Book a call with me, Tom, and I'll get started on our Florida adventure. Now, let's talk about the island that taught the world how to find a shell. Sanibel isn't about swimming surf. It's about the Sanibel Stoop. Because the island's east-west orientation, it acts as a giant scoop for shells. The sand is a bit more textured because of the shell fragments, but the water is warm, shallow, and full of life. And after the devastation the island went through just a few years ago, watching Sanibel come back has been genuinely moving. The wildlife refuges are thriving, the boutique shops are back open, and the spirit of this place is resilient, quiet, and proud. It's stronger than ever. This is for the nature lover. If your idea of a perfect morning is finding a rare shell or seeing a manatee in the wild, Sanibel is your sanctuary. For a true local vibe, hit the Sanibel Grill. It's where the locals have been going for decades to talk shop and eat the freshest fish on the island. It's unpretentious, dark, and cool. A perfect break from the Florida sun. Then we have Rosemary Beach. For those who haven't been, Rosemary Beach is tucked along scenic Highway 30A in the Panhandle, a stretch of coast that sits between Destin and Panama City Beach. It feels like neither one. The sand is blindingly white quartz, and the water is a vivid, translucent turquoise. The surf is gentle, but the real draw is the visuals, the architecture of the town meeting the sheer beauty of the Gulf. This is the A-list staycation. It's for the person who wants a curated experience where every street looks like a postcard. It's for the couple looking for a Mediterranean feel without having to fly to Italy. Head to Cowgirl Kitchen. It's a tiny, high-energy spot on Main Street. While there are plenty of fancy places nearby, this is where you go for a prickly pear margarita and some casual tacos. It's the approachable side of an otherwise very exclusive town. Clearwater is famous for a reason. The sand is silk and the water is consistently clear and blue. The surf is minimal, but the energy of the beach is high. It's a wide, sprawling beach that can hold a lot of people without feeling cramped. This is for the person who wants that full resort experience. The sunset festivals, the aquarium, the high-end dining, all in one place. It's also a legitimately great place to live. The neighborhoods behind the beach have real character. The commuter access to Tampa and St. Pete is solid, and the local school ratings are strong. Most tourists stay on the main drag, but locals head to the very end of the marina to the bait house. It's a tiny shack on the dock. You are literally sitting over the water where the fishing boats come in. Order the drunken shrimp. It's a local rite of passage. Moving to Amelia Island. This is where we go to remember what Florida used to be. The sand is soft and white, and the surf is very calm, perfect for paddleboarding or just floating for hours. There are no high-rises to block the sun, so what you get is massive, unobstructed views of the horizon. This is for the old soul Floridian. It's for the person who wants to trade their car for a golf cart and their shoes for flip-flops for the entire weekend. As of 2026, the legendary Rod and Reel Pier is in a comeback phase, but the local secret is that the land-bound Rod and Reel in Holmes Beach. It carries the same no-frills old Florida spirit and that famous grouper sandwich, while the original pier finishes its reconstruction. It's where the community gathers to keep the tradition alive. And finally, we have to end with the king, Siesta Key. The sand here is 99% pure quartz. It's literally pulverized crystal. It doesn't just look white, it feels like powdered sugar, and it never gets hot. You can walk on it in the middle of a 100-degree August day and your feet will stay cool. The surf is shallow and turquoise, stretching out forever. This is for the person who wants the best in the world in their own backyard. It's for the family who wants a vibrant village scene to walk through after a day on the world's most famous sand. You're heading to SKOB, the Siesta Key Oyster Bar. It's a local institution. The walls are covered in dollar bills, the oysters are cold, and the live music is always going. It's the only place that truly captures the funky, laid-back heart of the island. At the end of the day, we talk a lot about the fact that Florida has no state income tax, and that's a nice perk for the bank account. But here's the thing. That's not just a line item on your tax return. For a lot of people, that savings is the boat slip. It's the weekend at Rosemary Beach. It's the random Tuesday where you take the afternoon off and drive to Anna Maria because you can. Living here doesn't just mean you're near the beach. It means the beach is a lifestyle you can actually afford. That's the real Florida tax break. So next time you've got a long weekend, don't look at a flight tracker. Just look at the map of the Sunshine State and start driving. And this has been the Florida Real Estate Insider. I am still Tom McNamara. I'll see you in the sand.